really usually quite liking that. Did not know there was a chest down here thus far, but we'll happily... Oh, God, get jumped by a Haybot. Oh, God, I'm stuck. Oh, friggin' Ree! Alright everybody, hello and welcome back to another episode on Scrap Mechanic with me, Spacefish, and welcome to our somewhat now fixed farm. In the last episode we finally took care of a lot of the logic associated with this all. We rebuilt the whole water cannon system, we rebuilt the pistons, and well, we kind of totally redesigned the way that this very farm actually works. But we're still left with a few issues because the pistons are not yet far enough upgraded in order for us to go the full way with the extension, so we need some component kits to throw at those, and maybe also some component kits to throw at the controller to make the whole construct go a bit faster. And once that's done, we can finally use this farm again, plant things again, get food, get potatoes, get pineapples, all the good things, and also hopefully soon-ish get the spodling gun done. But very quickly then, before we get into the episode, we start taking care of all these things. If you're new around here and you happen to enjoy this episode, please make sure to hit that subscribe button right down below. That would help out a ton. We're currently trying to hit 1k subscribers, so every single one would help a ton, and thank you very much if you did do that. With that out of the way, though, I think the plan for today's episode is that we finally get ourselves back into some POIs. They should have all very nicely respawned at this point, having a good bunch of resources for us in terms of most certainly food, most certainly a bunch of component kits, maybe some other useful goodies here and there, maybe like some golden chests or something. Then we'll also maybe see about like nutrition and stuff again, because the only thing that I really have still is tomatoes, and well, we're kind of out of milk. We're very low, I think, on wok steaks, so we'll kind of have to see about things. Maybe we'll swap to veggie burgers, because I mean, you all know we love woksies here. We don't really feel like killing them. I've just been collecting the wok steaks when, you know, they've been murdered by meanie farm bots, so we'll think about that. Just jumping out of the window like that will most certainly one way or another require a bit of milk, so I guess if we're already here, I may as well just quickly already collect that corn. But we'll see. You know, I'm sure we'll find a wok somewhere along the way, and then we'll feed that little guy with some corn to get some milk, so we can get the last 1 or 2 meat burgers that we can make done. And you know, then the veggie burger. I mean, the veggie burger would take a bit more effort, but you know, the farm is redesigned. And I suppose we could just throw in some carrots and some red beets with the mix as well to get that done instead of the milk and the wok steak. So we'll see about... Actually, I seem to have exactly 2 units of milk still. I'm not quite sure where the second one is, but let's then get that one going, I guess. We'll have 1 burger to back ourselves up for the time being, and hopefully that's going to last long enough until we've got more food to eat and to make. With that said, though, let's go and hop into here. Still have a few arms on here, but I'm sure we can put those into the refinery later, and we'll head on to this first POI. Probably start by murdering the odd farm bot or two, like this very guy right here. Let's invite him to join us over here. Oh god, there's another. Yeah, we'll see if there's gonna be more running at us now, or... Oh yeah, there's another. And the other one, I suppose, is going to be ignoring us for now. Which is not the worst thing in the world. Cool. Just casually looking along here that we don't have any more. They're certainly suddenly going to jump us or jump our vehicle. Which would be even worse, I suppose. But that's all fine. There should be another arm here somewhere. And I usually try and use the vehicle as a vantage point to find those. But not really seeing it. Anyways, doesn't matter too much, I suppose. We will go and head on around here. I think there's usually chest and... Oh, God. Well, that's not a chest, and that's a big lag. I'm not quite sure what that was. Not appreciating that one too much, but let's quickly take care of this guy here too as well. I suppose. May have triggered his friends inside the POI. I've heard one, but I don't think he's triggered on us just yet. So that'll be good for now. We'll check in here. Usually there's a chest in there. This time around it doesn't seem there is. We'll let the vehicle slide a tad bit and just check down here first, I suppose. Oh god, oh, hello, oh god, you really spooked me. Take care of that one. That may have now triggered everyone in the POI. Or not. The vehicle's maybe sliding a bit drastically. Let's pick that one up. And then let's check downstairs. We'll go through the POI, and we'll probably be doing a second one today as well. You know, make sure that we've definitely got enough component kits for the pistons, and, you know, we may as well already have a few on top, because, of course, we're still also very much working on... Oh, there was a second guy in there. What in the world? We're very much still, of course, also working on different things, different vehicles that we can always use some extra component kits for. So, you know, if we are already going on this sort of an adventure, we may as well make it... Did hear one, didn't I? We may as well make it a bit longer. Ensure that we get all the things that we want. Maybe we can even get, like, some of the vegetables that we need for veggie burgers, like a few carrots, a few red beets. We'll see about that. And but then we'll be a bit better equipped for what is ahead, I suppose. So let's go hop back in, and, you know, also alongside, of course, they do... Ooh, I think I found the arm. Yes, indeed I did. So we found the missing arm, but along the way, of course, what we also get is a lot of scrap metal, which we can then subsequently make into more advanced levels of metal, which, you know, is always good, because that spares us a good bit of mining, and along the way we get some other useful things. So really, usually quite liking that. Did not know there was a chest down here thus far, but we'll happily... Oh, God, get jumped by a Haybot. Oh, God, I'm stuck. Oh, friggin' Ree! These guys are sneaky today. Holy, that was quite the surprise, I have to say. I was absolutely not expecting that one. Kind of worried, actually, that this thing may be in the way of our wheels when turning them, so we'll do things like this instead. I wish there was some sort of parking brake in this game, not gonna lie. But we're gonna find our way into here now. Probably gonna run across another one or two Haybots, to be fair. I mean, we had quite the bunch in here already, but... No, I'm not hearing any more, actually, so should be good then. We're going to quickly search through here. Does honestly not look like there's the most amount of component kits in here. There's a few, but, you know, we got 3 thus far, and I don't know, like, I would say the usual good POI would be like 8. So that's 4 now. We're like halfway there. Not too crazily obsessed with that one, to be honest, but we've got more to go. That's 4. I think we even need 6 anyways for that, for both of the pistons. I think one needed 2 and one needed 4. So, well, one way or another, we'd already need another POI, and we're certainly going to go for another one. What I quickly want to look at, though, is how much we do now have in terms... or vegetables. We didn't get any of those that we need. Interesting. We'll go and eat the orange. Don't need that at the moment. May as well make use of that nutrition and hydration value. And we will then go and subsequently head on to the POI directly opposite to this in order to collect some more of that good stuff. Now that was some corn that we ran over right there, but that's totally fine. Got another arm right here, which apparently we forgot at some point. I think it's now... Where'd it go? I thought it was somewhere below the car, but I can't see anything there, and it's, not blinking at me from anywhere either. Either I'm totally blind as usual, or that thing just disappeared. Very confusing, to say the least. Anyways, we'll be heading on. We've got other things to do. Don't have to worry too much about one of these arms, I suppose. Ooh, speaking about arms, we can actually... Ooh, hello. Can actually get rid of that guy. And we can actually pick up the arms that were lying there. That's fine. Will you attack me? Thank you. But we can actually pick up the arms that were lying there thus far. Because I think I was like a massacre a while ago, and I totally forgot about that. So we're going to grab these. Maybe, I actually just... Oh, hello. Hello, friendo. Who be you? Not the most friendliest guy in the world. There's a Woxie at my base. But yeah, so what I actually just thought about... there was something that we wanted to look at, I think, that we could maybe look at now. Because if you remember, it's a bunch of episodes back now, I think. We once saw, like, some red lights like these right there just floating in the skies. And I think Spastic Cube told me that there's supposedly something below these. Like, that's indicating that there is something there that we may want to explore. You did not spoiler me with what it is just yet, which, you know, is totally fine. I think that's always kind of fun to find out by ourselves, as long as that's not like a farm bot or something, I suppose. But we may check that out as well on the way. I mean, first things first, I suppose we're at the POI here, but if I remember, we're going to go for that in just a second. I do have to say, the amount of Haybots at these POIs right now is absolutely astonishing. It's quite crazy, the amount that gets lobbed at me currently. I mean, you can see we're stacking these things up in rows of 2 and 3 and 4. But, you know, more scrap metal for us, I suppose. The one thing that I don't like about this is that they all do not really have a lot. Hello. Are you coming? There you go. That they do not really have a lot in them in terms of component kits. Usually they drop a lot more, I would say. Now, there's the odd circuit board, but I'm not sure I even got a single component kit from these guys yet. But let's explore... Was that me running through the bush? Nope, that was him. Okay, maybe let's explore around the back first before we actually go in, is what I wanted to say, because there can usually be some chests around the back there too. Did that arm fly that far out? I suppose it did. We're going to go and grab that. The amount of, like, honestly, that's so much scrap metal right there. It's absolutely insane. Just about like a massacre level of a farm raid, basically. I hear some botsies. I can't see them, and we're stuck. Don't see any chests down here. Which, you know, is disappointing, to say the least. I was kind of looking for some more loot, but I suppose we're going to get ourselves into here now, and absolutely... Wow. Okay, I guess there's a bit of stuff here now, but overall, it's really not too much thus far, is it? We're getting a good bunch of fuel, which, you know, isn't the worst thing in the world either, given that I probably haven't refueled this thing in God knows how long. So, you know, can do that, I suppose. That said, I guess it's quite efficient at this point. We're not really using that much fuel up anymore anyways. Well, let's see what we find in here. 6 component kits was the very least we wanted. I think we're at 5 now, so I guess the odds are quite good to at least fulfill that. But I was looking for a bit more, honestly, after this much time of not being in the... Hi. Oop. Cool. Could have actually let that roll down, to be fair. But, you know, after this much time of not being in these POIs, I was really hoping for a bit more. That's our first bread bead right there, which is going to help. I think we need like 2 carrots per burger, though, and we haven't found a single one yet, so not really quite there yet, but, you know. Extra stuff is good one way or another, I suppose. Hello. 3 and 4 and... Oh, God. Ooh, yeah, ooh. Ah, I'm stuck. Panic fire. There you go. I don't know. He kicked me onto that railing and I couldn't move for a second. That was quite worrying, not going to lie. But yeah, so... that should hopefully be most of that level cleared as well. We're going to come back to these arms later and we're going to try and see if I can remember what I think was Spastic Cube's carrying technique for these things. But we'll go eat the banana, you know, fill up that nutrition, make up some space, because, you know, chemicals are always good. We're kind of low on them anyways. Get another component kit. That should be all that we need, at the very least. And there's definitely more a level up top in terms of the Haybots. But one way or another, let's sweep through here. Gonna get the shotgun out just in case that guy's already super close or something. You know. Could probably save a few potatoes like that. And there's another arm for us to grab right there. Beautiful. So, is that it? Kind of feel like it is. A lot of chests up here, which is great. Another component kit. Don't really need the soil currently, to be fair. Gonna go through here, grab even more circuit boards. I suppose we used up a bunch of those last few episodes, so, you know, it's fine. And even more component kits. This one I would say is a lot more fruitful. 9 now, so yeah, well, a lot more. I've gotten one more component kit out of this one comparatively thus far, so, you know, a lot more is also kind of a bit of overpraising this, but I suppose there's another 2 chests up top, so let's see. Oh, 3. Oh, nice. I like this. Red beet seeds. Well, that was a very worthwhile chest right there. Just getting 2 red beet seeds. We will go and throw away these because we don't want them, and we're going to grab another component kit. So that was actually quite nice. 7 component kits. Way better than 4. Most certainly. We'll go and try to see if I can still do this carrying technique. That's Plastic Cube. As far as I remember, at least it was him. Had recommended to me. Try not fall through that. That was actually quite close. So, if I remember correctly, I think you did just weld these things to each other. And then you had like 1 block and you can carry it as 1 instead of having to go like 5 times. So, we'll try that. If I remember how to weld. Or you don't weld and just do that. Or do you weld them to another block? I'm really not quite sure how that used to work, to be fair. Really not quite sure. Okay, I do not think I remember that. Spastic Cube, if you know, I'm sure you'll see this eventually. if you would like to remind me of what I'm doing wrong, I'll really appreciate it. I'm not quite sure. Maybe I just don't know how to weld anymore or something. Who knows? I'll just get these down from here 1 by 1, I suppose. But I'll, of course, do that without you all, because that's going to be quite the annoying process. So, I'll do that, and I'll be back after the cut. Alright, we're back, and I have to say things went quite a lot faster than I had originally anticipated, and look at this amount of scrap metal. It is absolutely insane. We'll be heading back home now. We've got all the component kits we need. We got some other side things as well, which, you know, never a bad thing to have some extra stuff, I suppose. And I'll probably, first things first, actually grab the collector and get all that scrap metal in to be refined, because, you know, we can always use some of that. That is, if I could squeeze myself through here. Wow. Holy moly. That is a full collector. Well, except for one thing, but that's basically a full collector of scrap metal. That's quite insane. For just like 2 POIs and a few extra things that we already had on there and lying around. Quite decent, I would say. Now, let's see maybe if we can drop some of the things that are production materials anyways that we just gained into here. I suppose the component kits will keep mostly separate. The electronic circuits we're going to stash into here, because of course we've got this huge box just for electronic circuits, because, you know, we always get a fair few of them, I suppose. And what else do we then have? The glass we don't need anymore for the time being, so I guess we can leave that in there. The water we can use for production purposes, so we'll leave that in there. And, well, seems to be about it, right? We've got some extra fuel. We're going to put the extra fuel into maybe this thing here. Doesn't have that much fuel yet, so, you know, we can refuel that a bit more. And then we're going to go and head over to the POI to actually finally get all the upgrades done, get the controller logic done, maybe even upgrade the controller, hopefully, if we have some extra stuff. We'll see. And then this should be good to go, I hope. So, level 4 for both of the pistons and controller. We will have to go 13 out. That's, no, 12 out, right? 12? 3, 6, 9, 12. Yeah, 12 out. And when we're 12 out, we go to 3. We go back to 0. Then we go out to 12, 6, 12, 9, 0, 9. Wait, let me think about that. So, we've got this thing, you extend this thing out to 12 while we're still at 6, then we move over to 9 while we're still at 12, then we move over to 0 while we're still at 9, then we move over to 12 while we're still at 0, and then we extend all the way out to 12 while we're still at 12, and that is the end to that story. Now, we can theoretically increase the speed by upgrading this thing, and I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. But first thing first, what I think we are going to want to test out is actually if this here works, and you can see that it very much does, which is beautiful. We're going to give this one more upgrade and, you know, make that work a bit faster, which is always good. And we're just going to watch this thing go through. You know, maybe we're going to upgrade the controller to max eventually. Because I think the potential for this to be a lot faster than what we had originally going with the timer is also quite great. You can see this thing is nicely going through. Now the sensor is going to be the interesting point. It watered and it's going back. Everything's switched off. Absolutely beautiful. It's working just perfectly. I love it. Absolutely beautiful. So all this work now, I would say, has very, very much paid off. I really like the new construct. It's working just as intended. We're saving a lot of water, I would say, comparatively. It's a lot quicker as well, I feel, to be honest. And it also has a lot more potential for being even quicker, because once we get this thing upgraded to the max, which I suppose we would need another, like, 10, maybe 12 component kits for, this thing would be absolutely zooming across here in seconds. So I really am liking this. We're going to close off this logic for the time being, protect it from any bots that may come in. But other than that, really, really liking where we're going with this farm. So we can finally use this now to get back to farming, get some food, get more potatoes, and most crucially, get the pineapple so we can finally get that spuddling gun done as well. Very much looking forward to that. I'm probably going to start farming in the next episode. I may end up just throwing some more scrapstone around here to make the walls a bit thicker than they used to be, to get some more protection going for the time being until we actually look into farm defense systems, which is probably going to follow in an episode very soon as well. But for now, this has been it. I think I'll get back to farming in between episodes, and then we'll see each other again in the next one. Let's see what we do then. Maybe it's going to be farm defense systems. Maybe we're going to be working on that vehicle again. For today, this has been it. I hope you're really liking this new construct and that it's all finished now and working as intended. And me, myself, I'm absolutely over the moon. So very, very great. Once more, I'll make sure that I have the link to the original video that I learned this stuff from down below in the description as well, so you guys can check it out if you want. And yeah, that's it. So I hope you all enjoyed the episode. As usual, if you did, make sure to hit that like button down below. That does help out the channel a ton. And if you're new around here and haven't done so just yet, also please consider subscribing right down below, as well as hitting that bell icon in order to stay up to date on all the future upcoming episodes. With all that out of the way though, as usual everybody, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I will catch you in the next one very, very soon. Ciao.